Are you done with renting? Are you so tired of half your paycheck going towards the place you live every month and getting nothing in return? Not being able to make any changes to the place you live in, annoying neighbors, having to follow stringent rules in your own home? I get it. Renting can be a real pain in the butt sometimes, and we feel trapped. But I have some good news. Buying a home is more feasible than you've come to expect. Hi, I'm Zach Kaim, a realtor with RE/MAX Results in Simpsonville, South Carolina. High home prices scare a lot of people, and they scare me too. But rental rates are just as high, if not higher, than what you would be paying on a mortgage on a starter home. Let's take a look. As of today, July 16th, 2024, the average interest rate on an FHA loan is 6.85%. So, if you were to purchase a $250,000 home with a 3.5% down payment, or $8,750, your monthly payment would be $1,581. Now remember, there's almost a 100% chance that this is not the exact rate that you will get on your mortgage, but this is just an example. Additionally, you will have other fees, including your property tax, home insurance, and, if you do an FHA loan, probably mortgage insurance as well. You'll discuss your exact terms with your lender later on. FHA loans are made specifically for first-time homebuyers, allowing for less money up front as a down payment. There are many different types of loans, and if you're a first-time homebuyer, this could be the right one for you, but we need to look at all of your options. Now, back to our example. We use a $250,000 home. In our upstate South Carolina market today, that is going to get you a decent starter home. Typically 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms with around 1,400 square feet, but of course this varies significantly based on your neighborhood, age of the property, how much work it may need, and a lot of other factors. By the way, if you're a handy person and you like some challenges, we can find you a really good deal on a home and give you the opportunity to make it your own. Currently, the average rent in Greenville for a 3-bedroom apartment is $1,735 according to apartments.com. Now, is this more expensive than what we calculated your monthly payment on a mortgage would be? Before all taxes and fees? Sure. But after them, probably not. However, when you rent, how much equity are you building in the property? How much of it do you actually own? None. And that's not going to change. At the end of your lease, you'll have no stake in that property, and they'll move on to the next tenant, just like they did before you. With a mortgage, every payment you make increases how much of that property you own, and after you've paid off your entire mortgage, you own all of it, of course. Now, some people may say, oh, well, I don't plan to live here for 30 years, so it's crazy that somebody would expect that of me. Okay, nobody's stopping you from selling that home. But when you do sell it, you just need to make sure you paid off your mortgage with the proceeds and you keep the rest. Remember, houses do typically appreciate over time, so you could be walking away with a good chunk of change depending on the market. So here's an example of what you can get today with $250,000. This home at 31 Lawrence Street in Inman is listed by Laura Alexio, an agent with RE/MAX Results in Greenville, for exactly $250,000. While it probably is not on the market anymore by the time you see this video, just look at the potential. This is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, around 1,100 square foot home in Inman. You may ask, why is this $250,000 if it's smaller than what you said earlier? Okay, well this is a really good example of how things can vary. This home is right off of Main Street in Inman and is less than 5 years old. Both of these factors add to the value, so while you are getting less square footage, you make up for it in location and property age. To make this even more attractive, the rental income for this property, provided by Rent Calculator Rentometer, establishes that the market rent for this property is around $1,750, probably pretty close to what your total mortgage payment may be. But remember, with a mortgage, you're slowly building ownership in comparison to renting, where you will never have any. And I want to talk a little more about interest rates for a second. From 2019 through 2021, we had interest rates between 2 and 3%. Jerome Powell, the chair of the U.S. Federal Reserve, has said that these rates are likely not going to return for a long time. If you're waiting for rates to be back where they were a few years ago, you may never buy a house. As of right now, in the summer of 2024, interest rates are finally beginning to decrease. What does this mean for you? Well, with a lower interest rate comes a lower monthly payment on your loan. So when we change the interest rate that we used earlier to 5.5%, we see the mortgage payment comes all the way down to $1,370. With this lower interest rate, we will save a ton of money over the course of the loan, but that doesn't necessarily mean you should wait for interest rates to come down. Typically, when rates come down, prices go up. Also, you have the ability to refinance your mortgage down the road, getting you a better interest rate. Some types of loans are easier to refinance than others, so you should double check with your lender to make sure it is doable. If you've ever considered purchasing a home or are ready to escape the rent trap that exists today, let's connect. Even if you don't feel ready right now, let's assess what your options are and make a plan. All of my contact information can be found right here. I look forward to hearing from you.